I don't wear women's clothes. I don't know anything about women's clothes. None of my friends that are women have ever really worn women's clothes. We all kind of dress a little bit more, a little bit more guy-ish or more Y2KE. So for me, it's like all those brands and that genre I know, but otherwise, no. So going through the garage, by the way, if you're joining us on YouTube, hi. We're going through the garage hoard. We're seeing what's in it. So we got a pair of Miss Me's. Now, Miss Me's, I don't really worry about dating them too much. Oh, thank you. Miss Me's, I don't really worry about dating them too much because they're all going to be pretty much modern. We've got, they're going to be Y2K-esque. But these are great because they've got the studs on the back, so you're going to be able to do punk rock, biker, moto, SOA for Sons of Anarchy. And these will probably sell for, they've got some really cool whiskering. Look at that. That's a starburst whisker. So it kind of goes like, like that in the back. And it has some other whiskering across the top, not like a cat's whiskers, although that's probably what it's named after. So these will probably sell for like, I don't know, $28, somewhere right in there. So I really like Miss Me's. Easy flip, especially if you can find the ones that have, that aren't just a skinny jeans version. I probably sell the flared version more than anything because that is what's popular now. So nice little pair of Miss Me's. What do we got here? A shirt. Ooh, Play-Doh 50th birthday. So this is like a rare garage sale pickup. And 99.9% of this stuff is probably stuff I got at garage sales. We might come across one or two thrift store items. This is a little Port Authority, but it's an older Port Authority. So the Port Authorities now are all paper. So this is a little bit older. We can find out when Play-Doh's 50th birthday was. So let's take a look here. Not Play-Doh like Play-Doh, like things you play with. Let's see. We'll go with this. What year did Play-Doh start? Maybe somebody already Googled this. So Play-Doh was created in 1956. So this is going to be a 2006. So not technically vintage, but I mean, it's knocking on the door of that. Pretty cool. So this would be something I would refer to as like a pop culture item. So this is going to be like dad core, grandpa core, kid core because of the way the logo is. Those are all kind of good tags for that. Great hashtag recommendations. Trying to think of something I mind totally big. So here's my trick. Because I had a hard time at the beginning too, trying to come up with it. So here's my trick. I like to picture and imagine the person I see wearing it. And then I just describe kind of who that person is. So like, who is this guy? Who's wearing this? Who's this guy? This is a dad core. This is a dad guy. This is a grandpa guy. This is an older gentleman granny that is, rocking that, or it's a guy that's wearing it to be ironic because it is dad core. So I'm going to do like streetwear, loose, baggy, like those are also big trigger words. Oh my gosh, did you just bring me more stuff? Holy smokes. Okay. All right. So you got another pair of pants here. These are, these are the X's. I forget the name of this 20X, I think these are called. So these are older. They are really, really starchy. Like this person must have had these dry cleaned. Look at these.
Yeah.
They're like super starchy. I think I might actually throw these into the wash just because that is so starch that I'm going to have a hard time even steaming that out. But this is a good size because they are a bigger size. And this is a Wrangler's brand, by the way. This is like an offshoot of Wrangler's if you ever see that logo. Let's take a look. Where's the tag in here? And Wranglers are like literally almost impossible to date. They don't have date codes on them. So just judging by the logo though, on these are probably like a 2007, I would say right in there. So these are 40, 34. I like selling the bigger sizes. A lot of people that will buy the bigger sizes will buy 2 or 3 pairs at the same time that are that size. So it's nice to have those multiple buyers. Oh, hi, lady. A seltzer. This will be amazing. Right. Can you take these to the wash, actually? Oh, wait, I have another pair that need to be washed. I'll just put them over here. There we go. Yeah, they're just too starchy. That's too starchy. Too starchy for me. Those are somebody's Saturday night jeans. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay, next pair is a pair of Tommy's. Look at that logo there. That's older for sure. Now, Tommy is interesting because some of their stuff will be dated and some of their stuff isn't. And I know we talked about this on the live the other night too. There doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason. These are a 2000. That's what I figured. So these do have a date code at the bottom there, 03/00. So these were released in March of 2000. So these are definitely vintage. We'll probably get a good little price for them, especially because they've got this the ribbon logo on the zip fly. That is, anytime you've got like jeans or shirts that have something that's kind of like unusual or unique, meaning that it's got like a logo in a weird place or an extra logo somewhere or something like that. It seems like, thanks, baby. It seems like you can always fetch a little bit more for that. So make sure when you're taking photos of something like this that you get that in there. Now, when I like to hang everything first and then I do photos like in batches. So what I'm going to do with this one is I normally leave the zipper up on these kind of things. I zip them up, I get them on the hangers. I like to hang everything and then photograph it. I'm going to leave the zipper open so I remember that that's there. I know people in East LA that would love the lines on those. Yeah, oh, for sure. Yeah. Hey, Jen, good to see you tonight. I recognize your pink hair in your picture. I am also a girl that likes bright hair, in case you have not noticed. Misty's joining us this evening. Oh, there's Vicious. Hey, Vicious. Okay, so we got our 2000 Tommies. These are also a great, make sure you're describing here as loose through the thigh, baggy through the thigh. These have a few little spots here, so they're going to have kind of a little bit of a grunge aesthetic to them. These will end up selling on Depop because those are also going to be, they may sell on eBay. They're going to be skate, they're going to be loose, they're going to be grunge, they're going to be punk, preppy. The cool thing with Tommy with that is that not only can you call it like the MMA era look, it can also be preppy, it can also be academia, but it can also be punk and grunge because you have quite a few different groups of people that will wear those jeans. So I need to redo mine. It's not pink anymore. Yeah, it fades out fast, doesn't it? I changed mine a lot too. Hey, Court. Okay, what do we got, guys? We got another pair of jeans, and I'm guessing these are from the same person because they're kind of like that starchy feel. These ones aren't as bad. These are fine. Those other ones were like, oh, like literally like, I am cardboard, wear me. So this is a pair of, let's see, these are cinches. So this is cinch up. This is if I find this brand, I pick it up. They tend to make bigger sizes. This is an older pair too, I believe, just judging by the feel. So they have on the inside, they've got that. And then this is what the logo looks like. It's like a little rodeo. It's like a Western workwear brand. Like I said, they'll make the bigger sizes. So I like that because, like I said, I like some plus size clothing. And these are 4432s, 100% cotton. And I think aren't cinches made in USA? Yeah, so these are made in Denver. So this is a made in the USA. I could be wrong. The last time I looked these up, I think at the time they were going for around 30-ish. But I'll have to look at sold comps again because it's been a minute. So these are in good condition. Now here is my trick for larger pants, because if I take these pants and I go to hang them on a hanger, or I try to put them inside of my box to photograph them, they're going to be so wide that by the time I take the picture, the thing's going to be like super shrunk. So yes, Jennifer, we're in a garage box. We are. Yeah, I never heard of them. Not a super crazy, huge brand, but I've sold them before and they always sell. Okay, so, and these I picked up, I'm a nickeler and dimer. I will be honest, at garage sales. So I probably got these for like $2 or something. So here's what I do with pants. And I think we were talking, I might have been Chris, Vicious, maybe it was you. We were talking the other day about how to photograph jeans that are this big. So this is what I do, is I fold them in half like this, right? I get a picture of this, then I get a picture of this. Then what I do is I flip them and I get the inside of this side, inside of that side, and then I'll put them down on my station and get a picture of, the labels and stuff like that. Because otherwise they just look so, it's like the picture, you have to step so far away to get all of them. By the time you do it, they're like so tiny on the screen. You're a smart lady. There's nothing wrong with nickel and diamond. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, I grew up with a mom that made $5 an hour cleaning houses. So I am someone that is always looking for a deal. I mean, we grew up on food stamp hamburger, government cheese, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So she taught me the value of $1. She also taught me how to save money. And so that's me. Oh, thank you, little fat guy. Every time I see your name, it just cracks me up. Well, that guy. 74. Not 73, not 75, 74. Okay, our next pair is a pair of Levi's. And these ones are missing the tag. Ooh, we're going to have a mystery pair. Okay, so this is what these look like. I'm going to say these are probably 505s. The tag is faded, so I can't tell. I know my Levi's pretty well. So this is going to be something where I really go off the measurements. And the person that's buying these, who do you think is buying these? That's a good question. Your husband is blessed. Oh, thank you. He is a smart and savvy man. So who do you guys think are buying these? Taking a look, what do you think? So in my opinion, the person they're buying these, this is like the dude that wants to listen to Nirvana and Pearl Jam, because it's like a throwback band or it's something he's always listened to. This is grunge, motorcycle, exactly. This is biker. This is punk rock, indie rock, Y2K rock. That's what this is. So that is a person that's going to buy these. So I'm going to make sure that I measure them really well because that's gone. Now there is a trick with Levi's if your tag is gone. And the trick is to figure out what the date is if you look here on the stamp, this is like a little trick, it'll say that it's been here for a certain amount of years, right? So then all you have to do is take a look at the date Levi's were released and you'll get an idea of when these are from. So this says 135 years. Sometimes you'll see 100 or 120, 150, so on and so forth. And that'll allow you to date them if you don't know what the year is. And I don't. The other trick to know if they're super, super old is inside here on your button code. If your button code is 2 or 3 digits, it's most likely a super older pair, meaning like it's going to be somewhere in like probably 84 to 92, maybe somewhere in there. Construction worker, that's another great one. Yeah, absolutely. So if we look at when Levi's first came out, and I've looked this up so many times, you think I would have it memorized. What year did Levi's start making jeans? Let's take a look here. So 1873. So if we go 1873 plus 135, that's going to make these around a 2008 model. Does that make sense? So I just took the stamp on the inside and then just a little bit of simple addition. These are going to be somewhere right around 2008. So they can't be any earlier than that because then it wouldn't say 135, right? Does that make sense? Hey, Anna, Laura Beth, welcome in. All right, let's get these hung up here. And like I said, I like to hang things as I go if I can. I'm going to run out of hangers here at some point, but that's okay. I just get these on Amazon in bulk. You get like 25 of them or something. They're in our link tree. I like them because the top spins for when I'm taking pictures. But if I can hang stuff up and let it kind of like sit for a while before I do pictures, then I don't have to steam. And I'm all about saving time. So if I cannot have to steam something, that makes me happy. Heather. Hi, Heather. Okay, our next item is a hat. And I remember getting this. Okay, little story. So I see this hat, and the first thing I saw was Labatt Blue. Now, I used to live up in Washington when I got this. So we're next to Canada. So I would always run into like a lot of Labatt stuff. And I saw Labatt and I picked it up and I was like, oh, how much do you guys want for your hat? And then he asked me, oh, are you a fan of, and now I can't remember what this is. Let's see if it'll come up on Google Lens. Are you a fan of blah, 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 whatever this is? This is the NHL Zephyr. Zephyr is what the name of this, it's like a hockey thing. But the Buffalo Sabres, and Zephyr is his name or something. So he's like, are you a fan of that? And I literally froze and I was like, no, but I'm a fan of beer. Which isn't not true. But so I got it for like 50 cents. I don't know what it'll come for. I mean, it's probably an $8 beanie or something. But I just like, that's that moment where you're at a garage sale and they're like, oh, are you getting those for someone you know? And then I'm like, panic sets in. I'm like, oh yeah, well, I might be able to find someone who likes something like this. I just like to pick up interesting things. So beanie. That's the story of the beanie. We have oh yeah, fire baby. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. This is what I'm talking about. And I can tell, I think this one might need to be washed. The inside is like a little bit discolored because the lady that wore this probably wore like some serious makeup. Are you guys ready for like a fire 90s windbreaker pants tracksuit? Check this out. Excuse me. That is insane. So this is called a mock neck. So it's got the mock neck. It's got shoulder pads. So, yeah. And then look at this. Look at the label, indications. Like all those 90s brands are all something that's like aspiration. Like, oh my gosh. Hey, big pun. Big pun intended. So this is fire. This will sell. This may sell on it. I mean, who knows? It could be a Posh. It could be an eBay. It's probably a $30-ish find, especially with this, because I'll be able to do Southwestern. I'll be able to do Santa Fe. There is a lot of style tags I'll be able to use. And it's super unique with like the extra pockets everywhere. A lot of these that you find don't have the pockets. They don't have the drawstrings at the bottom. Vicious is like, oh my God. This is one of those, like, I don't always go to estate sales. I know a lot of people love them. I just look at the prices at estate sales and I'm like, gulp. Like, I feel like I'm in Greedwill or something like that because I, like, cannot believe what they're charging. But this is one of those weird things I got at an estate sale for, like, $1 or $2. And I was like, I'm always trying to play it cool. Hey, how much you guys asking for the jacket? How much for the jacket? Oh, $2. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I think we'll just get that jacket. No big deal. So that's probably how that went down. But she is a little dirty inside. She's a dirty bird. She needs to get a little washer machine situation. Okay, all right. Speaking of the 90s, let's just bust out a little Everest fanny pack. I sell these like crazy. Anytime I can find a vintage fanny pack, especially one that's small like this, where you're just fitting like really, this is just like for a small pack and go. A lot of people will get these for like the trendy look, like for going out, but a lot of people will also get them for like dog walking your animals, going on a plane. This is an indiscreet one because it's so small. So this will probably sell for like, I don't know, probably like $14.99, I would say. I need that. I'd put to go running, exactly. With matching leg warmers. Oh man, I miss leg warmers. I loved leg warmers. Those are cool. Where's leg warmers? Can we bring leg warmers back? Yeah. Yes. Yeah, this person definitely is rocking some dad shoes along the person that buys this might be the person that buys that windbreaker too. I mean, those work together perfectly. Okay, our next item is something. I don't know what it is. We're about to find out though. Oh, I totally forgot about this. Dude, this is going to sell so freaking fast that I hope I have time to even get it listed on all the platforms. This is one of those items that will go so fast. It is a woven embroidered Transformers polo. Like, okay. So my guess is I'll be able to, oh yeah, this is old too, because it's got like the old Port Authority. My guess is this probably came out. This is a release that they released to like the movie theaters, or maybe to people that were working at like Suncoast Video or something along those lines. This is when I see like a Port Authority like that, and you see this big of a name brand with it actually embroidered. This is not like a homemade job. When you see something like this with an old school Port Authority, it usually means it came out with like a movie release or something along those lines. So those can be, if they were mass produced, they're not as much money. But if they were only released to people that worked like at a theater or at a video stores or something like that, then they're definitely going to be worth something. So yeah, take a look at that. She needs a little lint roll, but I mean, how fire is that? Like, yeah, great find. Probably 50 cents at a garage sale. Someone their kid probably worked somewhere and got this. They were working at the local like Regal Cinemax theater or something, and got this and just didn't even think anything of it at the time. Okay, what do we have now? Oh, well, hello. Nice to see you. So this is a Lucky brand. This is called, and I hope I don't butcher this, I think this is called Black Water Plaid. Ooh, I might be wrong on that. A lot of times I have to look these up because I get them all mixed between like the black water, the gingham. There's so many different ones. So this is not a Pendleton. I have a Pendleton suit for sale actually in this exact same pattern. This is a Lucky brand that was basically, they took the Pendleton look and then made it, but this is going to be a little bit older. I mean, there's not going to be a date code on it, I'm sure, but this is just a little, I always think of these things as like a little bread and butter. And I like to take any of my dress shirts like this, and I've got these hangers. Where did I get these? I think I got these on, yeah, these are ones I got on Amazon. These are on our Linktree. I know people that make these too, but I couldn't get one when I was looking for them. So I bought a whole bunch of those. I like them because they pop it out. So they open this up here so that you can like see the tag and everything when I photograph. So yeah, pop collar frames the face so nicely. Absolutely. Pop. Love that. Yeah, Lucky brand is good. I know a lot of people that say that they don't sell Lucky brand. They don't like picking it up. I see it at garage sales all the time. I pick it up. It sells well for me. The older stuff, of course, is going to sell better. But the nice thing about Lucky is they don't tend to shrink that much. So like when you're looking at a pair of like cross knit pants, like, let's see, I'll just show you what I mean here. So there's two different kinds of stitching on pants. This is called like a cross knit. People call it cross hatch, where the jean, like the material runs sideways, up and down. It's like super woven. It's most Levi's are going to be like that. And then you've got jeans that are more like a vertical. So Miss Me's have like vertical lines that go down. The vertical lined pants tend to not shrink as much. That's not always true. And I think maybe that's why Lucky's end up not shrinking as much as they've got that. Then here's another pair. So these cinch, you can see how the lines go straight down. So yeah, so I mean, he needs a little steam, and he probably needs a little lint roll, but he's good to go. Okay, what do we have here? Ooh, a Mickey Mouse. Okay, so this is older. This is definitely older. Ooh, did you guys hear that thunder? Oh, honey, I think it's going to rain. Oh my gosh, we're in Texas. We need rain so bad. See, we were talking about Lucky, and then the storm came in. Yeah, I like Lucky. I didn't realize, thought it was all the fabric. Yeah, so it has to do with, of course, whether it's cotton or polyester or cotton blend or whatever it is, but how they make them. So when the pattern is sideways like this, and then the other patterns like this, it actually pulls it up. So that's why Levi's inseams shrink so much. Whereas brands where they've got more of the vertical stitching, you don't have, of course, you've got some threads going this way to make the pants, but they don't tend to shrink as much. Now, every once in a while, I get super surprised. We just did a pair of, what were they night before last? We did something on here, and the inseam, where's my book? The inseam had shrunk up like 6 inches, was it? Like 6 inches of shrink. Let's see, it was, were they Levi's? I don't feel like they were Levi's. It was something. I don't remember what they were, but the inseam was like nowhere near. You guys remember what I'm talking about? Where the inseam was like nowhere near the size that they were supposed to be. So I always put down the size it is, or the size it was, and then the size it is too. Oh, did it rain in Sugarland? Okay, good. Oh man, we needed it so bad. Justin was gonna have to go outside tonight and water the foundation. For those of you that don't know about that, if you live in hot climates, if you don't water your foundation, your house settles funky and you can have a lot of issues. That probably means I have to get rid of 50 years of beard growing, James. Okay, so check this out, guys. She needs a lint roll, but look at this old school Mickey's 90s mock neck. Look at this tag. I mean, can you even handle that? Now, I don't pick up a ton of Mickey and Disney stuff because it's so insanely mass produced now. But if it's vintage, you bet your britches I'm picking it up. Look at this tag. Old school. That is an oldie. I wonder if it's got a date on it. Let's see. 100% cotton, Walt Disney Company. No. Yeah, Disney stuff doesn't usually tend to have dates on it unless it's like newer and they put it on the shirt or something. But he's a cutie. He is definitely a cutie. He'll sell. So like I said, I only pick up more vintagey stuff like that. Okay, what do we got? Ooh, what is this? Oh, yep, I remember this. This confirms my suspicion. So with that Transformers shirt that we were showing, this one here, if you're just joining us, remember this guy here? So the Transformer shirt, I bet you I got it at the same place where I got this. Does anybody have any guesses? Oh, I don't want you to see it. Does anybody have any guesses what this is going to be? Like, if you're a nerd like me, you already know just by seeing the corner of it. So check this out. This is a Spider-Man 3 polo. Can you even handle that? Look at that. How insane. It's a graphic print. And look at it, even has the Spider-Man 3 on the tag. I mean, this thing is fire. Like 2XL. So this is going to be, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Spider-Man 3 came out in like, okay, you guys are going to call me on this. It's either going to be like 2006-ish, 2007, 8, somewhere right in there. Yeah, super awesome vintage. So this is like beefy. This is a beefy tag. Oh, does it have a date on it? We got to bust out the big glasses, you guys. We got to get out I got these at a garage sale too, by the way. Let's see, does it have a date? Spider-Man 3, the movie, 2007, Columbia Pictures. There it is. Okay, I was right. I wasn't too off. That's crazy. Oh man, that's rad. That makes me so happy. This is almost vintage. Like almost vintage. Like this one's fire. This one to go in the shell. This is one of those things that does not sit in the store. This is why I get up at 5 o'clock in the mornings on Saturdays, is to go to garage sales and get stuff like that. We gotta put him on a big hanger. He's got to pop out on the shoulders. Yeah. Hey, crazy Mila. All right, moving on to the next. Ooh, I see some other stuff in here. I don't recognize that stuff. Okay, so yeah, look at that. Oh, look at the bottom. Marvel, Spider-Man, Columbia Pictures. So this is again probably movie theater release. This is going to be, IMAX or something release, and then they released these shirts along with that, probably for the people that work there. Okay, what do we got here? We got, oh wow, that's so ironic. What are the chances of that? So this is something I would have gotten when I was in Washington, but it's a Dallas Cowboys hat, which is funny because now I'm in Texas. So, I mean, I think that's the way the world is now. Like, who actually is living where they are originally from? I don't think as many people. So, we've got two of these. These are fitted. See if they're older. They feel like new eras. Yeah. So these are a new era, and 7 and 8. Are they both 7 and 8? Are both these exact same hat? No, got a 7 and a 7 and 8. So I always think with things like this, look at that. I mean, that is like, that's nice. Means a little literal. But I always think with things like this, these kind of hats, that when I see two of them that are the same, that are like one's smaller and one's bigger, I always think like a husband and a wife, or like partners or whoever got these and were like wearing matching hats, and then more than once, and that was it. So because these are like crispy, I mean, that's nice. I don't know what year these are from. I'll have to look it up and see. I can usually tell if you look at the tags on these. You can usually like take the new era tag and then Google Lens that, and it'll give you a pretty good idea of the year. And then this hat was also with them, and I am not sure what that is. I probably looked it up at the time. Navem Fac Pac Northwest could be a military thing. It looks like a military hat to me. It's old. Oh, this is old, you guys. That's how I know. That is called Made in the USA. So this is an older hat. So someone's been looking for this. Somebody's going to be excited to get that. Like I said, I'm not sure exactly what it is, but Google and Google Image will tell me. Okay, next item. So this is something I got at a thrift store because it's got the tag on it, or not. It might have been at a garage sale. And it's nice too, being here in Texas. I find these all the time now. But when I was up in Washington, I didn't find these as much. So this is a vintage pearl snap Western shirt. These do exceptionally well for me. Hey, Aspen, these do exceptionally well for me. I don't know if anybody else sells any Western clothing, but pearl snaps, I am telling you, I can't keep them in the store. Like, they usually tend to sell within 1 or 2 days. And I price pretty well. I mean, I'm not looking to price like, I'm not giving away for free, but I'm not the most expensive store. But I'll tell you right now, that pearl snap, especially if you can find them where they're like lightweight like this, and they're breathable, because people that are wearing these a lot of times, it's a hot climate. This is old, like old. Look at this tag. Look at that tag. That is a woven, beefy old tag. And then the care tag. Look at this care tag. I mean, that's lived a life. So this is older. This is good. We'll get a pretty good price for this one here. And let's see what else we got in here. Ooh, we're getting through the box, guys. All right, what do we have here? This is something I probably comped at the time, or I just got this because of the aesthetic of this. So this is this will sell on Depop. This probably won't sell anywhere but Depop. I'm not totally familiar with that brand. I don't know if you guys are. This is a Ocean Current, it looks like. But the reason I got it was the aesthetic. So think My Chemical Romance, think The Black Parade, think indie, Y2K, emo, grunge, skater, alternative, goth. Any of those tags will help this sell with that top hook like that. This is just a no-brainer pickup. And, because I don't buy stuff for super expensive, I probably got this for, $1 or something. So it is cute. It will sell. It's got all of its buttons. It's got like rivets up here. It's got two-tone on the pockets. Whoa. Do you guys hear that thunder? Can you hear it? Can you guys hear that thunder at all with that going on? Oh my gosh, crazy. I hope I don't lose power or something. That would be spooky. Okay, what do we have here? Oh, we got a Levi's jean jacket. Super cute. I already have like 2 of these, so I won't keep this, but I want to keep it for myself so bad. Charity, don't do it. Don't do it. So little Levi Strauss jacket. This is just a cute little bread and butter. This would sell really anywhere. I mean, it could sell on Depop. It'll probably end up selling on Poshmark would be my guess, or eBay, but probably Posh. Maybe Mercari, maybe. Super cute. Let's see if we've got a date code in here. It feels newer. Yeah, here we go. All right, so this says CW 2016. So this was made the 20th week of 2016. It's an XL. Oh my God, I want to keep this so bad. I'm not going to keep it. I'm going to sell it. I'm not going to keep it. So this is a 2016. So this is like, early modern, but the fact that it's almost 10 years old will help me to get a little cushion, a little something good on the price. And it's in insane condition. I mean, it's in really good condition. It looks like it was like barely even worn. So that's a good little bread and butter there. Miranda. Hi, Miranda. Do you guys have any questions or anything? Questions, comments, thoughts, ideas? Tell me what you're doing tonight so I don't feel like I'm just talking to myself in the middle of my room. What are you doing, Yoli and Handsome Pillar? Moving right along. What do we got next? We've got, feels like Levi's. It is. So 517s, little bread and butters. These are going to be older too. This is definitely feels like a Y2K. These are rad. So trying to get jeans, Levi's that are like this, getting your Levi's to this point where it still stays nice looking, nice grunge, is really difficult. So these are great. And then all the distressing up here on the pocket, these will probably sell on Depop. Someone's going to try to send me 400 lowball offers, I'm sure, on these. Pockets are still intact. Always check the pockets on any distressed jeans. I mean, you should be checking the pockets anyways to make sure there isn't anything in there that shouldn't be in there. But always check the pockets because I don't know how many Levi's I've put my hand and my hand goes through because the pocket's busted out. That's fine. They'll still sell. You just want to make sure you disclose that in the listing. So these are going to be a little bit older. These feel like an early Y2K. Let's find out. We've got 2006. Yep, so 0906. So these came out in September. Is that a 6? Let me make sure that's a 6. That feels like a 6. They feel like a 2006. Yeah. So this is a September 2006. So not quite vintage, but pretty gosh darn close. And super easy sell on Depop. Weirdly enough, and I know for some of you this will seem backwards, if you don't sell a lot of grunge clothes or you don't sell a lot of Y2K, that's kind of mainly my specialty, you will think to yourself that someone's not going to buy it because it's so busted. And the weird part is you're actually going to probably make more because it's super worn in and busted. Like it's kind of like Docs. My Docs that are, we just actually sold a pair today. I sold a pair of Docs while I was in the middle of shipping with all you guys earlier. And Docs that are worn almost sell better for me than Docs that are like perfectly brand new. Yeah, that jacket. I don't do Whatnot yet, but I have a couple people that have been nice enough to reach out to me where I will be reaching out to them. Misfit's one of them that are going to kind of help me kind of learn the ropes a little bit before I get started. I have a bunch, and by a bunch, I mean I probably have like 200 band t-shirts. So they're not vintage. They're all like more modern, but I think that's going to be a great place to get those sold because it would take me so long to list each and every one of those. And then I also have like a bunch of plush that I kind of want to close out too. Do you garage sale art all year? Now that I'm in Texas, heck yeah. That's actually one of the reasons we decided on Texas. So now we'd already been to Austin. We knew we liked it, but we decided on Texas because I knew I could garage sale year round. In Washington, garage sales start in like May and they're totally done by September. Like I remember finding one garage sale the October before I went out with my son and we found one. So with that in mind, we were like, okay, where can we move that's warm where people are going to do this all year? So that was one of the reasons that we decided here because garage sailing is my favorite way to source. I love garage sailing. I get excited. I almost get so excited on Friday nights like it's Friday. I'm so excited because tomorrow is garage sale morning. Like, that's how silly it is. I signed up, but so scared. Signed up, but so scared for whatnot. Yeah, I mean, I'm nervous too. I'm not gonna lie, I'm nervous. It's a different platform. I've only been doing go lives on here for not even 2 weeks, and I was so nervous at the beginning. I literally was like sweating through my t-shirts. But I think it's like anything. You do it. You just get better at it as you go, and the nerves go away. And I've spoken in front of people. I've spoken in front of crowds of like 20,000 people live before, but I think I was more nervous to do my first TikTok than I was doing that, because it's just something I wasn't used to. So, yeah. So, all right, what do we have? Oh, we got another pair of older Levi's, same situation. So we've got, God, these look so similar to those last ones. So we've got the distressing in the front, another pair of 517s, probably the same person, just judging by the fact that they're worn. I mean, look at that. Like, you can't tell me that this is not from the same human. It's literally distressed in the same exact pocket. That's so funny. So these probably are about the same year, I would guess. Let's take a look here. So those other ones were 2006s. These are also 2006s. So yeah, so I figured they probably felt the same. So same thing, grunge aesthetic, all of that. Like, yeah, natural and good. You're such a, oh, Colorado. Thank you. I appreciate that. That makes me feel really good. I'm, you know what it is? I think it's like, I'm just really enjoying being with you guys and doing this, because before, when I was doing this, it's like Justin, my husband, works online too, and he works until like at least 9 o'clock at night, because he runs a delivery company. And so he's online, he's working, he's in his office. And so it's like just me and here listening. And it's like, I just didn't have anybody to like hang out with. And that's something that I kind of was missing. One of the reasons I got out of doing digital marketing was because I just got so tired of being just by myself behind a computer. And then I was like doing this, and I'm like, how did I end up by myself behind a computer? And it's like, ever since COVID and being locked up, like in not being able to go really do anything, it's like ever since then, it's like I just want to be able to like have people to talk to. Now, that being said, I am this ridiculous introvert. I'm like an introvert extrovert, which makes sense of that one. When we go somewhere, I'm like really shy. I don't talk much. I'm kind of just with Justin. Like, if someone talks to me, I'll like talk back, get a couple drinks in me, I'll loosen up. But I'm like really shy when it comes to like people, in that. Now, when I used to speak in front of people in my company, it was different because I'm on stage and I've got a set thing to say, in and out. But like when I had to like talk to people in person that I didn't know there, or people come up and ask me questions, I'm like, I'm so nervous. And I was looking back actually recently at pictures of me during that time, and people would want to get pictures with me and stuff. And so I would we'd take pictures and I'd point at the other person. Like all the pictures are me pointing at someone, because I wanted to like take the focus off of me. I don't even know why I got on that tangent. But anyway, so little bread and butters. But thank you for the compliment. I am really enjoying doing this. I'm having a lot of fun being on here and on YouTube. I have not forgotten about you. It's just fun. I'm having fun. I don't miss lockdown in a way. Yeah. It's interesting because it's like, at first I was like, oh, it's not too bad, just in my house. But it's like, I mean, minus the fact that a devastating thing was happening in the world. At first it was like, I'm okay. And then after a while, it was like, I'm feeling a little stir crazy. And Justin and I, our biggest hobby is to go see concerts. So we see a lot of live music, and which is also one of the reasons we picked Austin. So not being able to see live music for like a couple years was like really hard. Now, I was caregiving for my mom that we were taking care of her before she passed at the time. So I was busy and, I was distracted and stuff. But man, when I got to get out again and go do stuff, that was really nice. So being on here with you guys, it makes me feel like I'm not just like cooped up in here doing this. Vicious is enjoying it as well. I love that. start wanting to do it, but then I just shut down. Yeah, no, I get it, Rachel. I totally get it. Okay, so what we've got here is a little case. It looks like this must be a camera case of some sorts. This is probably, I'll tell you exactly what this probably is. So when I go to garage sales and there is a free box of things, I got no shame in my game, and I will 100% take free things out of the box. So this is probably something I got for free. I mean, even if it sells for $10 or something, it's totally worth it. It didn't cost me anything. It's clean. I don't have to wash it. I can Google Lens it. It's missing a hook strap, but I mean, whoever's looking for that is looking for that specific item, and probably in that specific model. Maybe the zipper broke on their other one or something along those lines. So that'll be just a nice little replacement. Concerts are the best. Love me some live music, especially if it's free. Free 99 is my favorite price. Next, we've got, oh, this is great. So this is a handmade blanket / quilt. And I got it because the aesthetic of this is just so awesome. Look at this, you guys. It's like a million racetracks. So I'll be able to do so many different descriptive words down at the bottom, not in the title, but I'll be able to do like racing, NASCAR, oh gosh, there's a million things. Cottage core. There's handmade, hand woven, hand knit. Boys, this is definitely like I would say Y2K-ish print. If you look at the graphics, the material's not crisp enough to be any newer than that. And smells clean, smells good. It has tons of different race cars and stuff on it. So super cute. Someone's grandma probably made this for them, something along those lines. So I love selling stuff like this because this is one of those things I love selling because I know it's going to get treasured. Someone's getting this and they're going to put it on their little kid's bed, or they're going to put it, like we've got one on the back of our couch, a quilt that was my grandma's that's been passed down, and it's one of the things I have of her as like a memory thing. So someone's going to get this, they'll be able to pass it down. It'll probably wind up staying in a family or something cool. So this kind of stuff always warms my heart when I get a chance to sell something like that. I always just think that those are kind of fun things to sell. Next, we've got a pair of pants. This looks like they are new with tags. Yes. So this is a pair of Old Navy, new with tags. I don't pick up a lot of Old Navy stuff unless it's older Old Navy sells for me so fast. Newer Old Navy, of course, not as much. But this is just, you can't pass it up. I mean, if you see something new with tags, you're not going to pass on that. I don't even know what year. I'm not overly familiar with Old Navy stuff. I don't think that Old Navy tends to date their stuff that I know of, unless you guys know of a trick, but I don't think I've really seen much. There isn't a price on here, so I can't really see what the price was. But yeah, they're just a nice little pair, new with tags. Easy peasy. We're running out of hangers here, I think. So they're going over there. And what do we got here? These are these 7? Yep. So these are 7s, and a little bread and butter, nothing big. Again, buying it kind of just for the aesthetic. It's got the flare bottoms. It's got the distressing here. That's what this is called. This is called front distressing, or some people call it thigh distressing, top leg distressing. These here are called whiskers. So these are called horizontal whiskers, versus a lot of times you'll get some of the vertical whiskering or the starbursts on the back. Bread and butter, they got embroidery on the back. These are probably slim boots. I don't know. They might be maybe $20 pants. I'd have to see. Pants are funny because sometimes you can comp them so easily, and other times I just have no idea. If it's not something I sell all the time, it's kind of an I have no idea. There is a date tag in the new ones. There is for the Old Navies. So where do I find that, Sugar? Because I don't usually find the date tag on Old Navies. I have a really hard time finding them. I mean, it's easy if I'm doing the 94 Carpenters or something. So I'm looking at the style tag right now. I don't see anything, but is that maybe because they're not that much newer? I don't know. I'll have to look up this tag. Built-in flex is what they're called. The date is with the material tag. Yeah, I don't see that on these. So I just don't think these are that old. They can't be. Look, they have oldnavy.com on them. So they can't be that old. This does say 01/19 on here, which could mean a 2019. That would make sense. Usually white tag with date. Yeah, I didn't see them. Yeah, you can tell how little newer Old Navy I pick up. Like I said, I usually only get Old Navy. Old Navy and Gap, I only pick them up if they're older, usually. Unless it's new with tags, and then that's, an automatic pickup for me as long as I'm getting it for cheap. Okay, so we've got a Angels throw, and I have no idea who these people are because I don't follow baseball. So I have no idea who they are. I don't know if anybody else does. This feels like that tag looks a little bit older, but sometimes it's hard on blankets. They use the same tags for years. Does anybody know who this is, who these people are? Oh, it's not Angels, it's Indians. The word is backwards. I can't see it. So is this a baseball team? The Indians. Why do I feel like I don't know that? Why does that not seem like a name I know? Does that even still exist? Is this like a Major League Baseball? Hey, honey, is there a baseball team called the Indians? Oh, Cleveland and the Indians? Oh my gosh, I don't know anything about sports. Are they still called the Indians? Wasn't there a sports team? They changed the name or something? Oh my gosh, you guys. So I don't watch a lot of sports. Cleveland. Oh, Yoli says there's something else now. Oh, okay. Ooh. So that means that this blanket might be worth a little bit more if they don't have that name anymore. That's interesting. If you get stumped on keywords, what do you get the idea machine going? So I was saying earlier, Vicious, you may have missed it because you popped in a little bit after we had already been talking. I love watching you on YouTube, so don't take up space in the room. Oh my gosh, I love you. The Guardians. YouTube says they're called the Guardians now. So here's what I do when I get stumped. I close my eyes and I literally imagine the human being that's wearing that style. And then I'm going to describe them. Like, if that person was in high school, what would they be called? I do that a lot because I'll be like, oh, preppy, nerd, geek, Y2K, grungy, skater, stoner. Like, I think of all the things in my head. What kind of music is this person listening to? What do they do for a job? So I'll just like imagine someone in my brain. And then I kind of like get those wheels going. And that usually kind of helps me to like, once I think of one thing, then I think of anything. And some of my descriptors, if you guys read them, are probably really weird. I'll put like names of bands in there. I'll put other strange things. Like, here's how I feel. The person that's buying the jeans, it doesn't care after all my disclaimers and all that, what the words are down at the bottom. So it's like, if I put stuff in that isn't a trigger word and is useless, then oh well. But you know what? It could become a trigger word if someone buys these jeans and at the bottom of them, they always say like SOA for Sons of Anarchy. Maybe that becomes a trigger word. Like, that's how trigger words become trigger words. How did fire become something? How did the word indie become something? Well, it's from independent, but you know what I mean? Like, it becomes something because we kind of make it up. Yeah. Do you keep it to one word or two? Try like 15. I'm not kidding. If you go into my eBay store or any of the platforms, go to any item and go down to the bottom and look at all the descriptive words I put in. I would say on average, I probably put 15. The most is on Western wear. I usually do like 30 because I also do like biker, bike life, moto, but I have it all saved to my notes on my phone. So I'll show you what that looks like if you guys haven't seen that. So I put all of my trigger words in categories in my phone so that I can just copy and paste them and put them in so I don't have to write them out. So like if I've got something that's preppy, all I have to do is hold that down and copy and paste it and put it in. Yeah. No, I mean like pumpkin patch. Oh, do I do one word or two words? So I try to do one word if it sounds like something I can put together. Like cottagecore, rock in roll. So rock and then in roll. I try to make it all one word. Sometimes I'll do both. So I'll do like cowboy core, because then core is a trigger word for a million other things. And then the next, and then I'll always make sure you're putting a comma between and then I'll do cowboy court together. So I kind of do a little bit of both, like to be able to trigger anything I can. Hey, Cook. Okay, so that's great. So this is a blanket of a team that no longer exists. So that was not on purpose. That's a free item. I actually remember where I got this. I got this. Oh, that's funny. I got this at a sale. You know those sales where people are selling like 15 bottles of like Pert Plus and like laundry soap and like all like the couponing people? I got this. This was in a free pile there. So there we go. So whatever we make on that blanket is pure profit. All right, we've got a little tiny pair of Dickies. So this is just a cute little easy sell. These are under £1. And these have, so something like this aesthetic has a million tags. These also have the flare at the bottom, which will make these a pretty quick sale. So Dickies are fun because Dickies go to a couple different aesthetics. So you've got indie, right? You've got alternative. You've got skate. So skater girl, skater boy, SK8, the number 8. So you've got that aesthetic. Then you also have goth. You've got rock, biker, motorcycle, moto. And then Dickies are also workwear. So you got workwear, utility, casual. Like, so there's a lot of different wait staff, waitress, bartender. Like there's so many different people that would wear something like this. So minimalist, basic, classic core. I love selling Dickies because it seems like whenever I sell Dickies, like I'm able to just put like so many descriptive words in. You're welcome. Hey, Marco. Is it Marco or Morocco? Hey, Tree. Okay, we are still in the Garage Hoard box. What do we have? Oh, nice. This is vintage. Oh, yeah, that's vintage. So we got Oregon Ducks, vintage hoodie. This is an old boy. Take a look at this tag here. Let me get this off. I saw a bunch of these today. I bet you I got this stuff all at the same sale. There's no price tag on it. So it's probably one of those like all white tags are $1. It's probably, you know what it probably was? It's probably like a church rummage sale. I get that a lot. Like church rummage sales are like kind of older people sales. They'll take the time to really like label everything out, which is really nice, but a lot of work. So look at that. That's an old label. That's what we call beefy. That's a beefy boy. So probably not crazy old. I would say this is probably a Y2K-ish situation. I don't see any flaws on it. So that's awesome. That's fantastic. And yeah, interestingly enough, it doesn't even have pull strings. It doesn't look like it ever did. So anybody an Oregon Ducks fan? My YouTube video that I did a YouTube short the other day, it's that one that's like, I'm at a garage sale and some lady is like trying to buy a pair of boots and the lady wants $60 for her, or $45 for her used $60 boots. And the old grandma's like, Arr. Anyways, I put that up as a short and had a baseball cap on with my son's clothing brand, which is coming hot. And the comment on YouTube is, you look like you're from Oregon. I was like, actually, I'm from Washington. So do we have a look? Do Washington and Oregon, do we have a look? I don't know. I've never had anybody say that before. Hey, Mel's J. All right, so here's another pair of 7s. So these I probably got, same thing. I probably picked these up with that other pair of them. I haven't comped these, so I probably did at the time, but I don't remember what they are. So these are definitely more of a modern, but with the embroidery, anytime I see anything that's kind of embroidered, I get them because that's super hot right now. What do we have here? Another pair. These ones will probably sell the fastest. And let's see. Oh, look at flare. Yeah. So these ones are great. So and distressing. We just hit the mother load with these ones. So these ones will be like boho, Phoebe Buffet from Friends, Bohemian, hippie, Woodstock. I may even throw like a Coachella in there, festival, but then they're also grunge, Western, punk, edgy, alternative, MMA, affliction, thick stitch. So whenever you see this kind of stitching, that is your trigger word, is thick stitch on that. And that'll help you to sell, as well as a lot of people will only write boot cut on these. You want to make sure you write flare, flared, flare cut, because a lot of the younger generation, so like I would say by younger because I'm older, but I would say like anywhere between the ages of like 17 to like 25 are going to call it flared. They're not necessarily going to call it boot cut unless they're like Southern and then they're used to buying like Western wear. Then they'll probably call it boot cut, but most people will call that flare or flared. Our next item is something, I have no idea what this is. So look at those same tags. I'm telling you, this is probably all some sort of church sale. There's no prices on anything. So this is an XL, 100% cotton, khakis by Arrow. This is an older tag. That's probably why I picked this up. It is really soft. And this is just one of those kind of like utility sales. So this will probably end up selling on Depop. Really nice weave to it. The person that's wearing this is either wearing it for workwear, but this can also be like loose baggy skate wear, because skaters will put this over a baggy t-shirt. So think David from Beverly Hills 90210. This is kind of like what he would wear. So it also has like kind of like a musician / indie preppy style to it. So that will, like I said, this will probably sell on Depop, would be my thing. And then I always use the bigger hangers on these ones too, because I do want to really accentuate, that opening there. And these kind of just bow forward a little bit. So they are definitely a much needed hanger for this kind of stuff. We have another shirt here. So this is a little American rag. Nothing too fancy. This is just kind of a bread and butter. You're not going to get a ton of money off of it, but it's nice. It's skate. It's indie. It's got the Western points here, which is like super trendy right now. I have a ton of Western stuff, which is fantastic. My son, thank you, Isaiah, for this one, had said to me, well, Western wear is really getting popular. And he told me this like last summer. He's like, I can really see like the trend happening with like, cowboy core and space cowboy and all the other kind of aesthetics that are out there with that. And so I just started picking up Western wear, and I'm really glad I did, because it has turned out to be true. More sevens. Oh my gosh, wild. So I probably got these all from the same person. These look like capris. Yeah, so I got a little pair of capris here, and I can't tell. These look like factory capris. They've got to be factory capris. That's just way too clean. That cut is like ridiculously clean. Like a distressed capri. I'm not sure. So on a pair like this where I'm not sure, I'm going to look on Google Image, and I'm going to look for this pocket style with this exact embroidery. And I'm going to see if I can find other pairs. If all I'm seeing with this exact same kind of stitch is pants, then I'll know that these were upcycled. And that's not a bad thing. You can put that in your listing. Like they are an upcycled item, which usually means that something has been done to it. Travis vibes off Clueless. Absolutely. Oh man, James, you just hit the nail on the head with that. What is the biggest difference of living in the Pacific Northwest compared to Texas? Heat. That's the biggest one. If you're talking about reselling, I would say that in my experience so far, now I haven't been to any Goodwills here or any bins stores or anything here, so I can't speak to that kind of stuff. The garage sales were a little closer together in Washington, which was really nice. I don't know why I always get that join my team thing. So I would say the garage sales up there were a little closer together, which was nice. I would say people didn't know what their stuff was worth, and I found more vintage items up there. But that's also because people have lived in the same houses for 50 years up there. Whereas down here, I'm in an area which is a little bit newer, so I don't see as much. But then that being said, I've gotten plenty of vintage stuff down here. So, I mean, that's hard to tell. Yeah. I know, Michelle Spezzano. I am seeing you twice in a week. Number one, gifter badge. Michelle's great. Michelle is easily one of my favorite people. She is a tell it like it is. She will lay it on the line, and I love that about her. Auntie Tina. I have an Auntie Tina, actually. So another pair of sevens. Like, my guess is, here's what I did. I'm at a garage sale. I see that it's, embroidered, and I'm like, oh, those will sell. So I probably saw 8 pairs or whatever it is sitting there, and I was like, hey, yeah, I'm looking at your jeans. And they're like, okay, well, they're $5 a piece or whatever it is. I'm like, okay, well, would you be willing to make a deal with me if I got like a big stack of them? And 99% of the time, the people will say yes. So then what I'll get up is like, I'll be like, okay, well, you wanted $5 each. We've got 8 pairs here, which is supposed to be like $40. Would you be willing to take like 28? And I will just low ball that sucker. I will go down, Michelle. I will go down to the low. And then they usually go, oh, I don't know. Like, would you be willing to do like 30? And I'm like, sold, because I just got $10 off. So I just got basically 2 pairs of pants for free. And they feel like they got a good deal because they didn't like go with the price I set. Right. So did it take me a second to get used to doing that? Oh, yeah. Like, I remember my first garage sales, I'm like this. I'm like, what do you be willing to take? And I was just nervous. And I think you just do enough of it that you get used to it. We are getting to the bottom of this box. Yet another pair. That's kind of unique. Can you believe that? This is like so many pairs of these. So here we've got another pair of capris. These are definitely factory because they've got the hem. Wild with like a white button. These are like a little bit of a rarer look. Like, I'm so curious what these go for, because now we've seen like 400 pairs of these. I probably comped them. Ooh, did we just sell something on eBay? We did. We just sold a shirt. I probably comped these when I got them on the fly at a garage sale. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, these are worth a little bit more than I thought. So this person's asking 30. That's probably too much. This is 16. Yeah, nice. Okay. So I'll probably go somewhere in the middle there, probably like $23-ish for these kind of jeans. And if these all wind up being the same size, what I'll do is the first person that buys these, providing they're the same size, I'll probably shoot them a message and be like, hey, I've got a bunch of other pairs of the 7s in your size. Are you interested in getting more? I'd be willing to give you a little deal, and then I'll give them like, 10% off a bundle or something like that. That way I can ship them all together too and save me a little bit of money. All right, we got our last item in the garage box hoard. I don't know what this is yet. This is this is a little REI jacket. So this needs to go up like now. This is a little Gorp core. These are called pack and go jackets for anybody that is wondering. And the reason they're called pack and goes is because you can roll them up so small and then take them with you anywhere that you want. So make sure you put that in your descriptions. This is definitely not like a vintage item or anything. This looks pretty much like brand new. Let's see. I don't go for a lot of REI stuff. It's a 2014, so it's just in really good condition. So I don't buy a lot of REI stuff. It doesn't have, for me anyways, a really crazy, insane sell-through rate, unless it's something that's like really unique or something. And this is a straight up REI brand. It's not like a Columbia that they're selling at REI. But the nice thing about these is that you're able to just, roll and go. So these are great for people that are walking. So some of the key descriptors for this would be like walking, jogging, outdoors, hiking, camping, running, mom, basic, preppy, classic core, casual, pack and go, on the go, lightweight, breathable, hood, no hood, because you can roll the hood up, So those are just a couple of the things that are great. Okay, someone is wearing a Hard Rock Cafe guitar pendant necklace. Who is wearing it? What do you mean by that, Vicious? Someone is wearing a Hard Rock Cafe guitar pendant necklace. Who is wearing it? So, like, what is the description of that person? If they're wearing a pendant necklace, now it depends on the age, because if they're over the age of 30, then they're probably biker, moto, rocker, classic rock, goth rock, butt rock, headbanger ball. I'll probably put Las Vegas in there because it's hard rock. So that kind of ties in there. Concert goer, tour, like a lot of those. Now, if they're under the age of that, let's say that they're 23 and they're wearing it more as like an ironic thing, although it's not ironic like you and I think of ironic. Ironic to that age group, aesthetics have become something interesting, and you're either going to follow me on this or it's not going to make any sense, but this is how I explain it. When we were kids, and I'm talking about anyone that's over the age of, like, let's say 36 and above. When we were kids, when you went to high school, there was different groups of people, right? You had your nerds, you had your jocks, you had your preps, you had your stoners, you had your, the weird band kids, the art kids, the like Heathers. Think of Heathers, right? Think of any of those movies. Clueless, think of any of those, right? So you kind of suck in your aesthetic. Like, you're not going to see Cher from Clueless wearing a Y2K grunge outfit to high school, right? I mean, that doesn't exist. That's not a thing. So back then, you stuck in your own group. Now, this younger generation, that's not the way it works. You are just a human, and you choose what to wear based on how you want to look or what you want to represent that day. So one day you may be wearing a hard rock pendant necklace with, grungy Kurt Cobain aesthetics, or like an Axl Rose rock look one day. And then the next day you're wearing a vintage Ralph Lauren polo button up with jorts and a pair of high top Jordans. And then the next day you're wearing a Western pearl snap shirt with a shirt underneath it from the 90s that says like a funny saying, with a pair of Ariats and a ball cap. Like, the aesthetic changes every day. So there isn't these groups of people anymore as much as it used to be. So when I'm looking at the younger generation, I always think that they're wearing it to be ironic, because that's how we would think of it. Like, oh, you're a jock, but you're wearing, a grunge outfit. You're doing it because it's ironic. They're not wearing it because it's ironic. They're wearing it because that's cool, because everything's kind of cool. Everyone's got their own thing. So I don't know if that makes any sense to you at all. It makes sense in my brain. And it's how I have to think about things when I'm putting descriptive words in. Because if I don't do it that way, then I end up, canceling out people that would be interested in the item, because I'm assuming that they'll only wear this kind of aesthetic. That just happens to be what they're wearing for the day. That does, Vicious, that makes sense. Oh my gosh. My mind would have never found the door to go that deep. This is the brain of somebody that like lays in bed at night and I can't turn it off. Like, melatonin is my friend. I have to take it every night, because I literally, turning this thing off is like so difficult. It's like I wake up at 4 a.m. and it's already on again. And I'm like, no, turn back off. So I hope that makes sense. All right, you guys, we got everything from the garage. Congratulations, YouTube and TikTok. We have officially emptied yet another one of the 40 garage boxes we had. Holy actual smokes. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 40, 42, 41, 42, 42. 42 items. So in that one box, let's do a little math. Let's assume the average price of everything is $20. I think that that's underdoing it, but that's okay. So if we do 20 times 42, So that should be around 840. I'm going to call it more like probably 1,000 because we got some bangers in here that are worth way more than that. So it's probably about $1,000 worth of stuff. And I probably spent, average price I spend on things is about $1. So we probably spent 40, make 1,000, 20% off the top is gone. We got fees and all that kind of stuff. We'll probably end up making about, I don't know, maybe $700 in profit off that box. So not bad at all. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to get some stuff listed from the stuff we took pictures of yesterday. I got about 30 things cross-listed already today, and I want to get the rest of those done as well. So have an amazing night. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you, YouTube, for joining me. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, fellow weirdos. Excuse me. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Okay. All right, YouTube. Thanks for joining in, and I will talk to you. I'm so sorry. I will see you guys tomorrow. Woo, girl needs a drink of water.